Hello, and welcome to our Tween and Teen Fandom Kit demo with the Public Library of Brookline. My name is Abby, and I'm the Tween librarian at the Brookline Village Library, and I'm here today to show you all how to make the perler bead Mario craft. Let's get started. Is this your first Public Library of Brookline To Go program? Here's how it works. Each month, the library is offering new take-home program kits, complete with everything you need to follow along in video and written instructions created by one of your local librarians. The best part? Absolutely no due dates. You can keep everything included in your kit. Visit brklib.com/togo for a full list of our current kit offerings. Kits will be available starting the second Monday of every month on a first-come, first-served basis. Now let's get crafting. All right, let's get started. So I'm going to walk you through all of the things that are included in your kit, or if you didn't get a kit, all the things that you'll need. So in the kit, you have a pattern to make 4 different Mario-themed perler beads. There's a Mario, a Luigi, a Toad, and a Fire Flower. Also included in the kit are 11 different bags of different colored perler beads. There are enough there to make all 4 of the patterns, plus an extra bag of just whatever color you want if you want to just make a little extra thing that is not Mario themed, or you can make your own. Also included is a perler bead board, a pair of tweezers, and not included in the kit, but you will also need an iron. And then you'll also need a piece of parchment paper. That is included in the kit, but I forgot to record for this video. Okay, so to get started, you're going to decide which of the patterns you want to do. And for this video, I'm going to do the Fire Flower. And like I said, you have enough beads to make all of them, but I'm just going to make this one for the video because I think it's really cute. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your perler bead board over the pattern and make sure that it lines up, the pegs line up with each of the colors underneath on the pattern so that you can see exactly what color bead needs to be put where. And I find it easiest to work from the inside out. So instead of, doing the outside first, I'll do the inside and then work my way around. And that way, you're not just like knocking over the perler beads as you're making it. And if you're having trouble placing the perler beads, like in a tight spot, you can always use that pair of tweezers to help you. Because sometimes, your fingers are a little clumsy or you are accidentally knocking everything over, and the tweezers can really help with that. Okay, so I've completed my Fire Flower pattern there. And I'll take away that piece of paper, and now this is when you're going to need your iron and your piece of parchment paper. So you're going to place your parchment paper just right there on top of the perler beads, and you're going to get your iron and have it set to kind of a medium heat. And you're just going to put it right there on top of the perler beads, and be pretty patient. It can take a little bit of time. You're going to want to just put it all around the beads, making sure you're melting every part of it. And, if for some reason, maybe your iron isn't very high powered, or you just want it to be going a little bit quicker, you can kind of knock up the heat to a higher heat. But I do recommend keeping to kind of a medium heat, just so you're not accidentally burning yourself or hurting anyone or anything like that. And when you're done, you're going to want to let it cool for a couple of minutes before you touch it, because with the melted beads, it can be quite hot. So I recommend just letting it sit for a minute or 2 before you try removing the parchment paper from the pattern. Alright, so my Fire Flower has now cooled, and I'm going to take it off of the parchment paper there, and you can see that that one side that I had the iron on is all melted. And you can decide to leave it just like this, or if you want, you can also melt the beads on the other side so that it looks the same on both sides. It's really up to you how you want it to look. You can have it one or the other. I'm going to show you here how to do it on both sides. You'll just fold over that parchment paper and then take the iron to that other side that's not melted yet and do the exact same thing that you just did on the other side so that both sides of the beads are melted. And you don't have to do this. This is just a little extra step if you want it to, if you like that kind of melted look on the perler beads on both sides, or you can leave it melted on one side and unmelted on the other, up to you. And just remember to let it cool completely before you try to take that parchment paper off, because it is very hot. And here is my completed fire flower that's melted on both sides. One side's a little bit more melted than the other, but that's okay. You can keep the iron on until it gets to whatever level you want it to be. You could also leave the beads a little bit more unmelted at the top if you wanted to put like a keychain or a piece of string through it to make some sort of jewelry or a keychain for a bag. And after you've done that, you can use that same board and the piece of parchment paper to make all the other patterns as well. You don't need like a new piece of parchment paper. You can reuse that same one that you've been using to create all of the other patterns. Thank you all so much for celebrating your fandom with us today. We would love to see what you made with your kit, so please feel free to share your project with us on social media using the hashtag BRKLIB2Go. August kits will be available starting August 9th at 3 p.m. at any library location. Keep an eye on our calendar and social media for more information about those. The Tween and Teen Kit program is generously sponsored by the Friends of the Brookline Public Library and the Brookline Library Foundation.